Drones capture strikingly precise footage of U.S. aircraft carrier. The Islamic Revolution Guards Corps has released strikingly precise enclosed footage of an American aircraft carrier captured by the elite forces drones during an overflight of the vessel in the Persian Gulf. The Corps released the footage on Wednesday as means of vividly portraying its state-of-the-art advancements in the field of drone technology. The video, recorded by an apparently four-strong drone squadron, provides real-time and remarkably close details of every warplane as well as other military aircraft and equipment deployed on the carrier. The drones also captured what appears to be a support vessel sailing alongside the main vessel. The footage shows use of various makes, including the ones used for recording the video of the carrier, either taking off or roaring by across the sky. The second part of the footage is entitled "To Precision Attacks by Corps Chemicals Drones as They Are Hitting Various Targets, including a tank." The user seen slamming into the targets with surgical accuracy and smashing them into smithereens. This is not the first time the Corps, which is Iran's elite defense force, flaunts its achievements and prowess in the area. Last September, it released images of a U.S. strike group near the Strait of Hormuz in the same strategic waters. The Corps and the Iranian army fielded their drones alongside numerous other defensive means at their disposal in a set of 20 countrywide military exercises in January. The back-to-back drills went underway as the US and its allies had stepped up their provocative maneuvers in the Persian Gulf. Iran's drones beat US air superiority. Meanwhile, the head of the US Central Command, which oversees the American forces stationed in the West Asia region, revealed to the US Congress that the Iranian drone power had stripped the American Air Force of what the commander called its upper hand in the world. General Frank McKenzie was commenting in a written testimony to the House Armed Services Committee when he noted how Washington was daunted by Iran's far and wide application of small and medium-sized drones for surveillance and attacks. Iran's widespread use of the aircraft for the purposes, he said, meant that for the first time since the Korean War, we are operating without complete air superiority. Until we are able to develop and field a network capability to detect and defeat others, the advantage will remain with the attacker, he said. Iran, therefore, poses a daily threat to the US and its allies in the Middle East as America's military superiority in the region wanes, the general said. Fighting America through Syria. How the Soviet Union armed its Middle Eastern ally to undermine the US position in Lebanon. Russia today plays a key role in supporting the Syrian armed forces in what looks set to be an 8-year conflict, intervening directly with aerial assets, special forces and other vital assistance from 2015 to turn the tide of the war against a number of Western-backed Islamist groups. The history of Russian assistance to the Arab Republic and nature of the two countries' partnership has taken on a new significance. Following Egypt's pivot to the Western Bloc in the 1970s and Iraq's shift further westwards under Saddam Hussein from 1980 to gain assistance in the war against Iran, Syria emerged as the Soviet Union's primary defense partner in the Middle East and played a key role in balancing the power of the West and their regional allies. A far smaller and less resource-rich state than other Arab powers, Syria's armed forces long relied on extensive Russian assistance, which in the 1980s was provided generously to confront both Israeli forces on the border and to directly face the might of the US military and their European allies in neighboring Lebanon, a small state to which Damascus deployed a considerable task force in response to an Israeli invasion. The Soviet Union, by providing extensive military assistance to Syria, was able to wage an indirect war on the United States and largely frustrate its attempts to pursue its objectives in Lebanon, much as it had done previously in Vietnam. With Syrian forces armed with the very latest Soviet arms, their presence in Lebanon managed to serve as an effective counterbalance to those of the Western Bloc and Israel. Former Egyptian Chief of Staff General Saad al-Shazli noted regarding the Soviet role in undermining the US position in Lebanon. There were several local reasons for America's failure in Lebanon, among them the resistance of the Lebanese people themselves, and the resolute stand of Syria. But Soviet support for both was, to my mind, the crucial strategic factor in their success. The Soviet challenge to America's presence in Lebanon took two forms.